There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Following our people who waiting to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers are giving us here and the parents of them. The work of my life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Clay Paris, who make you again Sktv benyo. Say my journey, Tina get as say my yamo. And yes, I know money, and more I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the biggie, and I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Following our people who waiting to sell. The flashing our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, Sktv, we are the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best in Africa. Sktv, we are the best around the world. Folks, again, good evening. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Sktv show. We are here live on 96.1 Truth FM, the #1 radio station in Liberia, and we are right here in Painesville, to be precise, to Port Row, where we are situated. You know, we're right here. We've been around here for a little time now. So again, good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to all of you out there, TV listeners, our followers, our supporters, and well wishers. Even those of you who also are, in fact, critique us. That's the best thing to do. Like I always say, you know, when nobody talk about you, you know, that these songs writers or those musicians, they will always put out some songs that make a lot of sense, you know. When nobody talk about you, that means you are nobody. That's why it's good for people to talk about you, you know, because you are alive and you're human. Why you don't want for people to talk about you? That's the thing. Let people talk. Let people talk. Let people say what they want to say and embrace it. The only thing don't do, don't commit crime that will take you to prison, because freedom is sweet. Let me be frank, and let me just say this to all of us people, those of you who are in prison, and maybe you are listening to us this evening. I know maybe sometimes they give you radio, or sometimes you don't even have access to these things. But again, freedom. Nothing sweet under this song than freedom. Yeah, you know, it's not easy. But I will share the show, people. Good evening. Mark will soon be here with us, but Ali will soon join us this evening. We have so many things to talk about today. It's in the Liberia. So many things happening. We see people, you know, talking about their own side of the story, about what happening of the day, and especially when it comes to the bill that has been sent to the president veto back to back about the ports, especially the Buchanan Port, and the other one is that somewhere another Maryland, right? Yes, the country that have some of their seaport and so forth. But I know there are a lot of claims and counter claims about some of the rescue lawmakers, especially the region speaker. How come the president vetoing? That could be interesting. The president is vetoing all of his own lawmakers plan that they put together, all of their ideas they put together, making sure that they have all of the ports, to be, there's a bill there so that the ports can be on their own, to operate. But then the president continued to veto, veto, and veto. But again, we move people. And we're getting news that the LDC office down, is that down water side, or because I'm here about the headquarters or the LDC place there have been closed down also by the debt court. Also, maybe we're chipping on that. And today, I'll share the show, people. Today, all of you, those of you who in the US, maybe if you also want to come on the show, just ask for the link. I will send you the link so that you can come on and tell us exactly about this latest information coming from Donald Trump about people who are benefiting, people who are benefiting from these welfare issues back to back, and how these things have been done, how that issue of welfare come to be, and what the rationale behind that, and every little thing you should think about. They were intent, there's people, or in fact the crafter, of that idea about the issue of welfare, what can happen, and all of these things. For me, I'm praying that Liberia, we can borrow that. Yeah. Right now, in the way some people are manipulating the damage, they don't know. When you are into things, we'll go more into that about our entire welfare issues, and because other people have their disagreements, people have their own opinion about it. But I think, according to the report, Liberia is around 48.9%. Yeah, I think 48.9% of our people, according to President Donald Trump, they are also benefiting from the web. But anyway, join us here, and most of you who also in the US. I hope that some of you too will have maybe broad idea about these things, so that you also come on and tell us exactly what your own understanding with the entire issue of this welfare discussion have been overshadowed the entire Africa, because this is not only Liberia, or in fact the entire information not only about Liberia, but also the entire Africa. People are discussing the issues, what happened, what are some of the positive and the negative part of the entire welfare and so forth. But again, yes, so we here. But I need to join us. He said, maybe can we just talk about this on today's sense, or maybe people they don't understand and they don't know about the entire welfare, how this thing came to be, and what the rationale, what the intent of the entire stuff, how the thing have been manipulated, how people are, some good thing can turn bad, the way people would do it. Well, again, more is already good among joining us also on this entire day today. Let's share the show, people. The show will be interesting on today. Yeah, the show will be more than interesting. But my brother Monk is here already. Monk, good evening, my dear brother.
Not much. I'm still setting up. We're waiting for the show up because it's an interesting topic. I want for the audience to be here so we can delve into this thing. It's a complicated policy, and it affects Liberian back home. And we will tell them. That's why when you come to this country, before you make political decisions, you got to think. You don't use your heart, you use your brain. Because at the end of the day, there will be things that will come back to haunt you. You don't even know who's in your best interest. And you cannot be emotional about it. And the stuff you talk about this welfare program, it's just something we have been talking about. And another thing too is the overriding of the president's veto. We said it on Sktv. So today when I saw Costa expand, I said, but this thing we pass by the thing. They don't appreciate Sktv for the work that we do. We talked about this whole thing. We talked, I think Steve was here by then. Seku was here. We talked about the true intent of this so-called fragmentation, or the how we call it? I would say for the fragmentation of the National Port Authority in the name of autonomy. No, that was a lie. We know what they were doing it for, and now they are coming back with reinforcement because they believe they have seen some kind of a potential investor. It's all about money. Look, you won't have a country in the next 15 years. I keep saying it. And every day we will be proven right on this platform. I didn't want to come on the show today or a little bit basic, but I said no. When the kind of important issue happen in the country sometimes, especially something that we talk about, then we are just being vindicated once again on Sktv because we told you about the players, we told you about the lawmakers. Why make you think they will be brave to override our president's veto? We are even addressing the fundamental problem because they know he's not in control. That's why they supported him. They always it happen all over the world. Politicians hate decisive leaders. They want puppet. They want bunch of incompetent people in power because that way
they can control.
And they can control. You think that will happen on a normal president? No, because they feel they won't run the show, so they could care less. They even overriding a constitutional authority because the kind of a deal you got to come from the executive. You can only ratify contracts or treaties. That's why you are there as a senator. No, not for you to be making direct contact with potential investors. How do you do that? You don't have a democracy. You don't have a government. Your country is a waste product. The country is doomed. It's not going anywhere until the Liberian people will fundamentally decide to change something in that country. Or else you won't have a country 10 years or 15 years down the road. And you are seeing it every day. I don't know. Why is there to say anymore, my brother? It's so sad.
My brother, thank you. You are quite correct. So, folks, please help us share the show. These are things that we will talk about today. I think the last talking point will be about the entire word God. I will thank God among is here, and Brother Ali also coming on. Those of you who also have your own experience, maybe you have vast knowledge about the entire web. Don't get more. I've seen a lot of people getting angry. I don't know for what reason. Some people are also reacting in that kind of form and manner, But again, you got to, you got to be cool and be able to educate your people about something happening because, we back home, sometimes there are some stories that when we hear, sometimes we want to go more deeper to know exactly as to what the real story is about because sometimes people just bring all of these stories out and just chunk it out to the media and sometimes the media will turn it the way they want to, but some of all will go beyond only the story and get all of the facts beyond these stories or beyond the information. So Brother Ali is also here. Brother Ali, good evening, my dear brother, and welcome.
Good afternoon, Monk. Good afternoon to our listening audience and follow. Glad to be here. Yeah, you are good at that. Give you all day, you give me all the latest news around the world.
Yes,
I know when I dig on your part, what they meant digging on
the ticket just leave. That's the thing.
National issue. They dig on always on top of the news.
Yeah, but the can't sleep. Well, actually, my brother is good because for me, I don't like to only know about the happening back home because we live in a global village. If you're only concerned about only thing that affects you, then what kind of human are you? So for some of us, we go beyond what of the happening around the world, whether it's in Africa, in Asia, or Europe or America. Yeah, we bring out all of these stories, and that's the right thing to do. But my brother, what are some of the things? Because we have two major topics to talk about. The first one has to do with the bill that Monjo talked about. The veto thing is getting more concerning or scary that the president own lawmakers they will fit bill and will veto and they will send it the same way. It's just like we don't even know exactly where we're heading to as a society. But again, these are a few things that we'll be talking about today. Well, while we were coming on, also we got this information about the closure of the LEC health office for some kind of debt around 300,000 plus USD. A team owed by their facility to where they are because it's a Swedish firm that they are owing. So so they said the debt owed to Swedish firm around 309,000. So that's the latest information that we are getting from the LEC headquarters that they have been closed. So LEC headquarters is closed. Liberia is a DO cover our country. Other people, they got.
I thought you guys were supplying electricity to Africa. Like the former prime minister said, how can you owe and you got record budget? You're beating revenue expectation and all. You can't even pay your bill, your debt. The country debt now stands at 2.7 billion. Pretty soon it will be 3 billion, almost the entire GDP of the country. And you guys can pay. You're shutting down offices. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, My brother, that's a thing, and myself, I also join you in that. You know, all of the entities that make more money, even to even hear them owing or to hear them about even debt for me, even shock me. But again, that's the society that we live in, my brother. So if you can own that, then what happened to the layman out there? So many people or so many businesses or so many institutions that are even having any funding, no subsidy even given to us, nothing given to the media. The media is struggling, but we don't owe anybody. Well, you you will make the money, you will make millions of dollars. You are also owing. That's what we heading to. But you pay people 15,000 per month, but you owe it.
That show how irresponsible the country is. That's all. The last time it was NEC, they when they closed.
Yes, but Ali, what happened? You go off? Okay, yes. So Ali is maybe trying to set up, or maybe somebody winking his line. Yeah. So people, let's share the show. Monse, Ali that hit around 3 to 400. There we go. But more, let's start off with the entire because we've been talking about this bill, this issue, and but you know, Liberia is a country that people.
Maybe you can hear
Yes.
me.
Okay. Yes, we get you. Go ahead, Ali.
I already know. I just saw my computer reading. Sorry for that. No, I was just saying something. I said the last time it was NEC headquartered National Election Commissioner today. 1 hour ago, I saw again that NEC today. So that shows how irresponsible our government is. Because if you will be having $1.2 billion, like you said, paying people 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, and then the place you use it, you can't even say afford to pay your rent. So I don't really understand. And that these are some of the things I saw, like more just talk about the bill. I saw that also. And this morning when I wake up, I saw another news from here. Our president put more than 50 or almost 100 countries that yes, that on welfare in the country. So these are the three things so far I saw today. Yes.
Well, good. Yeah, so Mark, so we can chip in with the port issue, because you know sometimes some of the laws or some of the bills that our people will always pass or always put into their what should be called into their chamber there, you know, and talk about. Sometimes the bill don't even reach out to the public. Sometimes the public don't even easily consume some of the bills, or they don't even understand. They don't even know exactly what's going to happen. But before you come to your stand and brother, the bill already on the president desk and to be passed into law. For me, these are kind of a major concern that for me that I have, because if you want to make a bill or maybe you want to or maybe have certain thing done, I thought you should really reach out to the public and hear their side of the story, go to various media institutions and be able to inform the people at least so that they be able to have their own maybe input into some of these things. But instead, they just do what they want to do, and at the end of the day, will move. If it backfire, then we hear exactly what's going on, how who all get interest, and we don't have interest.
Well, that's how we'll do the show today, you know, because this issue of the welfare program is directly tied into Liberia and other African countries. Don't forget, our country is heavily dependent on the remittances, and remittances is based on people working here, paying taxes, paying their bills before they can think about sending you money back there in Liberia. That's why we keep saying on the show, you also have to study politics outside of the country to understand what is happening within the country. We live in a global village now. One political event around the world, anywhere, can change the whole global dynamics. We saw it with the price of food during the Ukraine war with Russia. We're seeing what happened in Venezuela. Don't forget, everything when it comes to global trade and commerce, it ties to maritime and transportation. That's why oil is important. The US dollar is pegged to oil. It used to be gold. That's why you hear people saying black gold. Black gold means oil, because oil is the one that fuels the economy. The gasoline you use, all the electricity that you use, the entire economy runs on energy. That's why energy is very important. Even the wages you make, it even cut into your income, because if gas price increases, it means you'll be paying more in transportation costs. What will be happening? It will be eating into your income every month because you're taking more out of your pocket. So it will affect you. And then the second half of the show, then we delve deep into this quick put legislation or bill coming from the Senate, how they are rushing it. Because when it comes to Liberian people, no, they are never in hurry to do anything. When it comes to stealing, That's when the work overturned. And we just told you guys a few days ago, they were able to look at 4 concessions agreement, wrap it up into a budget, and pass it in one basket. Where in the world have you seen that? Less than a week again, they are coming up with this bill to sell those individual posts for political purposes and reasons to finance their campaign. We said it. I don't know whether it was 6 months or a year ago. We took an entire segment on the show telling you that this thing, it had an ulterior motive. So I don't know what we can explain more than what we are explaining on this show. I woke up this morning, later when I came from out, I saw Costa. He was kind of a pace and saying like that. I said, "My brother, I mean, you a little bit late on this thing because we talk about it on SKTV. We took an entire day. We knew this thing. There was no research done. You don't see too many countries kind of for segmenting their port authority in the name of autonomy. Okay, if you say you want to increase port authority, why you cannot make investment into the ports? If a money-making entity is generating more money, why you just want to give it out? No, because when they break the port apart, then they will have leverage and influence. When you sign a deal, they will be having stake in those deals so they can be making money repeatedly, even if they're out of office, because you know in Liberia, they only sign 25 and 50 years contract. So whether normally Kanga will be in office or somebody from Maryland, Kanga will be in office, but they're all from Sano, all the counties that have ports, they will still be having their golden parachute coming, even if they are out of office. And that's just why. And then the second thing is to find out the presidential ambition. Normally Kanga wants to run for president. Are you not aware of that? It's nothing new. She's been making that move. That's why when they came out with this lie that a Chinese company were about to invest $3 billion in the port of Buchanan for some or renewable energy. Like, you gotta be a special kind of a food to buy into that. $3 billion for renewable energy. We even get the regular traditional energy yet. What happened to that deal? The next thing you know, they are in bed with this French criminal that is indicted, that in court that they want to sell those ports to. That's just why it's all about. It has always been about them. But like I said, no matter how you explain it on the radio for our people, they just don't care. And these people will keep doing exactly what they do every day. They will make sure they come at you. They will take the resources. They will abuse you guys because they know that you people, the vast majority of you are useless anyway. You don't have interest in things that affect your country. You will sit back and take anything and everything. So why should they take a step back and respect the electorate, all the people that bring people? Keep doing what you keep doing. Ali, I switch it over to you, and then when you don't, then we can come back to the welfare thing.
Yeah, but that just is that these things are happening. Like I said, it had to do with personal interest. Like those lawmakers, they had their own personal interest, like you just said. Because if you sign that, because all their team 25 years due, 20 years due, so everybody is like going to have some share in it undercover. So even tomorrow when they are not in power, they know they get something to be surviving on the rest of their life. So that is it. The president got his own personal interest, and the lawmaker have their own personal interest. And how will you see a lawmaker to override a president veto after he had vetoed the bill and then they went on to sign it? That shows that the president is not in charge. We said this over and over. Those people know, according to Jeremiah Kuhn, Joseph Boakai brain is drowning down. So they look at him, they say, okay, this man, I think we have to do everything possible so we can get him as president. And these are some of the reasons why they undermine Mr. Kumis. Because if they and Mr. Kumi were to remain in that their collaboration or alignment whatsoever, and maybe if Mr. Kumi could be vice president or even to go as stand-up bearer, if Mr. Kumi could be the stand-up bearer for the Unity Party, and Joseph Boakai be the vice president if they to win this election, or I tell you 100%, you are not going to see all those nonsense we are seeing happening around here. And these are some of the reasons they look at Mr. Kumi, his vision, how smart he is, how wise he is. They say, no, let's start to finger the document, let's put crimes and things on the man, and they kick him out because they're looking for someone that they could use to come and destroy the country. And they succeeded by having Joseph Boakai. So he should just be over there when they tell him this, and he just go ahead and listen to what they are going to tell him. Or because they feel that we beating on him that they passed the bill that he couldn't or veto any one of them, and everything when that's the time that he want to come and veto this bill or put decentralization. These are some of the things. And my question now, if you people decentralize this put all around Buchanan, Adowell, Maryland, Harper, all those areas, then what you guys going to do when it comes to this CTN method with that shape continue from here to Liberia? we were paying so much money, and those people may got to understand. Joseph Boakai said he's on record for that. The moment he take over, there will be no city and Mete in Liberia, because those are companies that George Weah had or share in, and these are some of the reasons why our team's prices were high in the country. But the moment he took over, now SKTV say, Ali Masale say, the first thing the woman that get that Mete, she took him, boom, African woman, I think the city or whatsoever, carry him to Dubai. Right after 1 week, when they came now, that's the time Amin Boda were there for Mete, Sekou Dukle were there for CTN. When she and Tantan Boka went Dubai, when they came, they issue about getting rid of Mete, that it was part of their campaign promises. They will get rid of Mete and CTN, everything died down. Those were some of their promises, and they couldn't fulfill it. So when you see this thing happening, lawmaker overriding the president, that shows that the president is not in charge, and there is nothing he can do. And we just had to pray and for 2029 so Liberian people can make a better choice. But you're not going to get nothing good out of Joseph Boakai when he surrounds himself with a bunch of criminals running an criminal enterprise, and you think they're coming to do something. Even the previous administration, those were the same thing, the people you surround yourself with. And Lemon will always say, even though you surround yourself with people, when you get the power, you the one appointed them and to fire them. But now those people were elected like Joseph Boakai, so there is nothing he can do. So that's it. He's not in charge. So the guys are running the show.
Wonderful. That's it. So, folks, there you have it. Today, these are two major issues. Even though, Monk, while we're coming on, also there is latest video that were trending with DE officers, their violent act behavior against one suspect, in fact, lady believed to be a drug dealer. I think that also sparked up mixed reactions and from the public that why will the law enforcement officers treat someone in a phone amount, especially where the person is not even fighting back and so forth. I don't know, Mo, you've been following most of the security activities and so forth. I don't know whether that's the right thing to do. Let me just have the video quickly. Even though also in passing, the LDA, they just sent out a latest release that indeed they have the two officers arrested, and I think they were disrupted pending investigation according to the LDA officers or their latest release. But yeah, so more we just take it from there because we now want for Facebook to the VIP issue. But we just part through with that more. What say you quickly? Then we'll move on to the welfare because that will take us now onto the entire show.
The hour, yeah, to the top of the hour. Well, I don't know. I think most of the LD officers, most of them, matter of fact, the entire security apparatus, I think they get the extra training. They got to learn how to de-escalate. They got to learn how to make tactical decisions. I'm not a security expert, but I know the first thing you got to learn security is to learn how to de-escalate. You cannot use excessive force, especially when the person accused is complying. I don't see how in any way trying to defy. It's not like that fool lady that was trying to going against the police or the LDA officer who saw the police punching him and wasting soup. That's a whole different case. I think she was in compliance, so I see no reason to use excessive force. Like you can be slapping. I mean, matter of fact, I'm not trying to be play the gender card here, but you don't treat women the same way. We are not of equal strength. We got different kind of a structure. I mean, the way you handle a young man, because men, we got energy, we got power, we got force. Unlike a female, I mean, if she comply, why you want to hit her like that in the face of all places? I just hope the authority at the LDA can call those two guys for questioning and give them some kind of a punishment. You don't do that. I don't see anywhere in that video where she was trying to resist an arrest. No, I think she was complying 100%. So that was unnecessary force. That just how I see it for the little video. I don't know how it started, but from what I saw on camera, because that one thing when you see things on camera, you got to investigate what led to that, because people can edit video. Maybe I know it. Yeah, I know. You gotta be very careful. You cannot be emotional looking at a thing and just take aside. You gotta understand the genesis of it. So, but we live in a fast they call it instant gratification where we want to analyze things in 30 seconds. So it's hard to.
But Ali, you want to check me quickly before we transition into
that is abuse. That's a violation of human rights. Like Mo said, that LDA officer, excuse me, or man to be slapping another lady like that or those people who are on those drugs, substances, and things, they are already victim, and people just do all kinds of things to them. I don't think he's supposed to do that. That's been very, very much unprofessional. Okay. And I don't really know what comes to people's mind, because just now when Mom and myself staying over there, we start arguing, people put camera, everybody get phone now. Then people put camera, or everybody recording, oh, they two men they're arguing. So people have to be very careful. See how you slap her in her face. Think that somebody own the daughter. Even if she on drugs, she have parents. Probably maybe that somebody who no wife over there. Maybe she have child or somebody who no mother. I don't really know when people doing things, if they can think before they do something. But sometimes they do things before they start to think. And as a human being, you have to be prudent enough. Before you do something, you have to analyze, you have to think what you are doing. But just to slap her like that, and from the video, what we just see over there, we didn't see anything like she's resisting arrest or any other thing. You give her like kind of slap in her face, and you see her friend woman holding on her too, giving her another slap. I don't think that's good. That be unprofessional, and we look to see what they are going to do to them. For me, I don't know. This is what some of us. I don't,
the news that we just keep. But anyway, let me say, Mark, the newspaper today by Joe. I'm hearing that Madam Cecile Anu Kwakun already, in fact, taking.
That what we're reading. That's what we're reading.
She
that one for another day, because I don't.
Yeah. Indeed, the news just keep coming. By the way, Sidiwa Jabo, happy birthday to you, my dear brother, and thank you all of you who are watching.
Happy birthday, Sidiwa.
Oh, I'm asking to be happy birthday, bro.
Actually, one of our strong babu for our SKT, always giving you all of the information and also having your own input. So thank you, my dear brother, and happy birthday to you. But Mark, I think I will tell the entire what thing over to you people, so that you people will be able to better explain about the entire issue about the welfare arguments that break out this morning. Because mind you, this morning, President Trump have this posted on his page, and that was in fact news of the day, especially region from Africa, where also a country was rate by percentage, and Liberia I think about 48.9%, and we have Somalia also with something about 78% of the entire issue of the welfare. And you people will tell us, even though I have done a little research about it, but you people will tell us the good part of the entire thing, and then the bad part, and how people are abusing all this in battle, so that our people can know and they can be educated to this thing. You and Brother Ali, please, you take your own time at least and do it bit by bit, even though I'm asking as we go along.
Well, let me get you a breakdown. I mean, when you come to this country, right? The reason you come to an industrialized country is to improve your living standard. That's what separates the first world from the third world. The social services that are being given to you, education, healthcare, infrastructure, investment opportunity, job creation, job opportunity, retirement. These are the programs that attracted you to come to America or to go to Australia or Canada, because you believe you increase your chances and you and your family living a better life, because the services there are better than where you came from. That's why we talk about immigration, and whether it's about legal or illegal immigration. The second thing is, whenever there is a fraud, a massive fraud, federal government always go to review programs from immigration to entitlement. And I told you about the magnitude of what's happening in Minnesota. I think you saw on the internet yesterday with ICE. They have sent more than 2,000 federal workers, ICE, security enforcement officers from the Department of Treasury. Because in America, the Department of Treasury, they are the one that have the receipt. Any money you transfer through the SWIFT system, they can see who's sending it and who's receiving it. So when they carry on an investigation here, they would need a federal. And when the state cannot, that's why I tell you the difference between the federal and the state. The state can do her own internal work, but with certain things, when you reach a certain level, the Fed will come in. The Fed is a big brother. The state is a smaller brother. So we got to call Uncle Sam and Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom is the state, and Uncle Sam is the Fed, that is a big brother. Our governor in Minnesota, he won't be running for re-election because he's a central part of the investigation going on here. People believe he orchestrated everything. And I won't be surprised to say he will even step down as a governor because the investigation keep increasing. What came out when the Somalian name came out into this whole fraudulent thing? Of the 98 or more people they have convicted so far, more than 70% or 75% they are Somalis that had a name surface in the news when this investigative journalists went and exposed their daycare fraud. So the whole attention now is on the state of Minnesota. A big time investigation is going on. So from child care to housing to food stamp to Medicare to everything that is being investigated. That's how you see the list in the country now. But let me tell you, the whole idea of the welfare system, it came after the Great Depression when the American stock market crashed, under Franklin Roosevelt. So America was in a recovery. So they came out with something. He came out with something called the Great Society. They called it the New Deal. In the New Deal, the government intervened by coming with so many different programs. And one thing they realized was we got to create something called social safety nets. Let's assume Mayborn was in America in the early 40s and he went out of job. How Mayborn supposed to feed his family in the absence of job? So we got to create a program where we get something called food stamp, where Mayborn can be eating until while he's looking for a job. But the whole intent was not to live on this program. They were there for emergency. And you know, and one thing people don't understand, I keep telling them, why I say I can never be a liberal, right? There is nothing in life that is free. Anything you receive free in life, it means someone else pay for it. So why the government does it, the government will tax people that are working, take some money, save it, and fund out this social program. Because the expectation when an immigrant you come to look for work, you never came here to depend on welfare. They understand there will be instances wherein you might go out of job, you might get sick, and in that process, what they call a temporary program. Let's assume Ali went to where he slipped, he fell, a back sprung, right? Ali cannot go to where he cannot do no physical job, so he gets on the call or short-term disability. So Ali can be getting that small check to be buying a leg, a children, chips, until he can get back on his feet. These are the reasons those programs were created for. But as time went by, people saw it as an opportunity to milk the system. Maybe. So something that should have been temporary, people want to abuse it to make it permanent. And matter of fact, I remember when we came to this country early, some of us were so hard to work that we started looking for a job within the first 90 days. I got my first job in Sacramento, California, within 90 days when I came to America. Because you come from Africa, you don't want to sit down when you're a young man, you just want to go out there. Any job you're taking, whether that factory work or your first entry level job, to get your feet wet in America, you will take a job. So my grandma said, "But you just come in where you can get with smile, you can get a little stopping from the state, whether it's your cash or whether it's about food, at least rest your body." I said, "No, man, I don't rest my body. Africa, we even get a job. I got to come and work here." So the whole idea was just a transitional program, right? And one thing I saw one of the arguing today talking about, like left. I said, no, when they say welfare, there's so many things. Disability, your retirement, that's also a social program. Housing stabilization, Medicare. So not only about food stamp, because librarian, I know them. Not too many librarians you see out there because they get it man that when you go and collect food stamp, you are the poorest of the poor. It doesn't send a good signal about you. So our people don't do too much food stamp. But with the whole thing about health insurance, people looking for alternative means. Some people say, okay, if I don't have a full-time job, then I will go to the state. I will pay maybe $25 or $30 per month to get the state insurance because it's cheaper. The state will subsidize their insurance as compared to your job. So the overall argument here is more people now are getting on welfare than people that are supposed to be working. But one thing they don't understand, anytime someone receives a welfare, you must be the one to pay for it if you're having a job. The reason the number keep increasing, let me tell you, two ways you remain poor. You remain poor to inflation and the taxes the government impose on you, right? So the whole idea for more people to work and then fewer people in an emergency situation got something to fall back on. Let's say you get children. Like most women here, they say, "Oh, I don't know my children father, where he's located." The government gives them a little 2-bedroom apartment. You can see that maybe somebody paying only $150 per month, but some people paying $1,600 for 2-bedroom apartment per month. So you see the difference? That government subsidizing. But the question is, where the government is taking the money from to get you or apartment that costs $1,600 for $75? Because the government is taxing people that are working to take care of you. They are just transferring wealth from one group of people to another. So what happened in America is the people that are working because of higher taxes and the cost of living, They are not going any further in life. They be like, okay, my whole idea was to work, get a job, and be a responsible citizen, but I'm working, I'm not going further. I have a job. I make $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month, but I don't even have $1,000 in my account for emergency because all my money go to expense. Inflation. My rent is higher. My car insurance is higher. My medical insurance is high. I contribute to my 401k. By the time I'm done, I left with nothing. So the question is, if I'm working and I cannot get ahead, I might as well join the welfare line. Because if people who are not working getting things free, if you can get them free food, you get them free medical, you get them free place to live, why should I be working to take care of people who doesn't want to work? This is why the system crumble. Let me tell you something, Melbourne. I will tell you over to Aliu. I just want to lay the basics. People don't understand that the social security system is already bankrupt. Because when Franklin Roosevelt came out with the retirement age will be 62. Definitely they carried to 65. The expectation was people were not living longer from the 30s and the 40s. We are living longer now. You go to nursing home now, the average resident age there is maybe like 90, 92. Some of them 102, they're still living. But they retired more than 30 years ago. So what they are doing, my generation, they are using the money you are paying to your social security to take care of the people that already extended their term. Because they were so retired at 65. They're supposed to die before 70, but they're into their 90s. So it means for the past 25 years, they are not contributing to the system. So what the U.S. government is doing, they are taking money from people who are working now to pay for people who retire more than 25 years ago. So it means if social security is already bankrupt, by the time I get to 65 or 70, there will be no money left to take care of me in my old age. Why? Because you got too many people taking from the system than people that are paying into the system. This is where America is stuck. Before in America, the largest expense on the government used to be military spending. You know why it's number one now? Entitlement program is more than military spending. So it means most of America's income should generate in taxes. It go to welfare program. How can you remain a great society if you keep on the track? It means the country will crumble because everybody coming now, they are not coming with the intention to work hard, to contribute. No, they come with the intention to take from the system. That's the difference between immigrants that came before and the one that coming now. The one that coming now, they are coming with an entitlement mindset. I want free things. So if you're going to give me free things, I might as well take it. But the question they never ask is, who is paying for this so-called free things? The people that are working. So people that are working are not going any further. And the people of welfare, the number of welfare recipients is getting higher by the day. So that's why they're giving the number. Now we are 48%. I bet you in the early 2000 to mid 2000, maybe Liberian, I can bet you if I get that data, it will be less than 10%.
Oh, yes.
The question is, why you think 46% of Liberian or 45 will want to be on any social program? It's just because the present reality is why you told the new immigrants are coming, because most of them do it for political purposes. If you give people free thing, they will vote for your party, like what we see in the Somalian community. Because they will always vote Tomaka because they believe that Tomaka, they can give free thing. But the idea is there is nothing free. You are only punishing the people that are working to take care of people that refuse to work hard. And at the end of the day, if this trend continue, then America won't survive, because I want to make America great.
Yes. So quickly before you turn over to Brother Aliu, let me ask you just a few questions. But Aliu, sorry, we'll also ask you questions. Yeah. So Mark, in short, you are saying that this program that was established some time ago, 1935, you are telling us that the true intent of this program was very, very unique. But
it was great.
Just because of corruption, that's why today, or maybe this program look bad and terrible.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Anytime in government come up with an idea, the intent is always right. But politicians will corrupt the system. I seen them with the NGO. I told you about why we have problem with the USAID. The USAID, like their welfare program, it was meant for American allies to push American foreign interest. But guess what? When you get politician power, they come with the intention to steal from the system. They will start transforming. They bring in fake NGO. The NGO now even giving the money to people that need the money. They started tracing it back to themselves. So the whole idea was the social safety net. That's why I said they call it social safety net. Why? When you hear the word net, and that means that something can use to catch you when you're falling down.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, but now people want to make you a hammer where you can lay by in and sleep.
So now, quickly before Aliu Kama, so in the simplest term, you are saying that, because I want our people to grab something. You are saying that it's almost like subsidy.
Yeah.
In the simplest form. Like for example, maybe work here, maybe my salary can even maybe pay all of my bills and so forth. So government say, okay. So maybe saying you are working, you're also paying taxes and so forth, and the salary can make it to pay most of the bill. Maybe you have 5 children, let me just assume that way. So we'll help you up also at least to take care of some. Is that what you're saying, Mom? Because I want our people to grasp some of these things, because they feel that these things is just about food that you're talking about. Oh, it's just about food stamp, this and that. No. So are you saying that? Yeah.
When you live in a great society like America or any industrialized country, the reason they call them great society, like I said, because the services that they provide. Or child in Labroma go hungry. No child in America also go hungry. That's why make America great. They got food pantries, they got food shelf, they got welfare system. Even if you come to the country, you even get nothing. You can go to a social welfare office, they will give you a food stamp to buy your children good, because the American people believe that no child should sleep hungry. In America, if you don't pay your light bill when you get child in the house, when they shut your electricity off, when you go to the counter, for the father or child is in that apartment, they got to turn that light on. You will pay later, they will find a way to take that money out of you, but the light should be on because a child is there. That's why make the people country great. If you don't have medical insurance and you drop on the street, an ambulance will be there in seconds or minutes, because these things are paid for. But like I said, they are there for 2 minutes. They are there for emergency. So when a guy like you come to America, after 6 months, you get your paper, you start working, you start paying taxes. You're paying taxes now to take care of people who are in an emergency situation. The only difference now is no longer an emergency. People believe that it's a permanent way of life. And the second major problem is the people who are working. Let me give you a typical example. I know what I'm talking about. Say you came to this country 10 years ago. The average 2-bedroom used to be $750 or $800. Now you are paying $1,680. 2 times what you used to pay 10 years ago. And your income never increased 2 times. Most of the jobs that they give you raise, they'll get maybe $1 raise on top of then 35% raise. Okay, if you are making $3,000 per month and your rent alone was $750, and now you are paying $1,600, isn't that more than half of your income? And you know why the government is increasing taxes on you? Because there are more people getting on welfare. What people don't understand is the more people that get on welfare, the poorer you will become in America. So technically, they are sabotaging your economic growth. But people don't understand. They think that, oh, when you talk about policy, you want to be political. I said, no, you don't understand that how the system works. Government don't manufacture money. All the government does is they tax people and businesses that are generating income and take care of this social program. So if you get more immigrants that come to the country and depend on welfare and want food stamp and want housing and want medical, it means you are working, you will die poor and they'll get bury you, and you will be your time will end on this planet, and there will be no trace of you. You won't even be having money to retire to go back to Labrador, because you will be so poor, and you won't even be able to send good remittances to your family. Because if you cannot pay your bill yet, how do you save money to send the people back there when the cost of living, when inflation keeps doubling on you? It means that if you live in America and they keep increasing taxes on you, there is no way you can help your relative or your friend back home. You will remain poor here. That's the problem, maybe. But Ali, take over. You got all our experiences, so.
Yeah, thank you, Mom. You know, this welfare something, yeah, as you said, this is something, yeah, for temporary, but some people, they get only the one, they take it to be something permanent, and which is not good. And I think I heard something from President Trump, and I hope that they really work on it, that when it comes to food stamp, like thing like for Section 8, I think nobody will be on Section 8 for even more than 2 years now. It will only go for 2 years, because these are just like temporary things. And like for food stamp, all of these things, I know he talked about it, and those things should be given to people who are really working and paying taxes to the government. I think that would be best, and I pray that they work on that. Like even myself, when I came to this country, the moment I got here, 5 days after, I spent 3 days in New York. When I came here, immediately the next day, Gabriel took me and my family. We went to social service. We applied for food stamp, Medicaid for our children, cash system, which of course we got it. I was on cash system here, my family, for 6 months. And within that 6-month process, we were on the program so that we can be able to get a job and be independent. And that program, we're on the program, said I found job, and I told them I already got a job. and were on food stamp. The moment my income reached certain level, I was off. You see, and these are some of the things, because now they will, for example, they give you $600, $500 on food stamp, and they tell you, Mayborn, when your income reach 3,000 or 4,000, will take you for on food stamp. Then you decide to do. You don't want to work more again because you don't want to move on food stamp. You want to be there forever. So instead of you putting in more hours, you want to be working less than 40 hours because you want to be on food stamp the rest of your life. It happened. Immigrants are doing it. Even American citizens, they are doing the same thing. When it comes to Section 8, the same thing. Other people, they been on it for so many times. People are just on this thing because they hire your income, they kick you off this program. Like when my daughter was sick, and when the people came, they say, oh, your neighbor house is the cause of your daughter being sick. Immediately, boom, they got the case worker work on the program, and they put me on Section A. They found a house and locate me and my family. But in that process, they took us to the hotel. We were there for like 2 months. The government were responsible for all of these things. They found a place. We were there. The moment they look at my income, they say, no, you can take care of your family, you and yourself, based on your income. But some people, when they get, these are just temporary program, but when some people get on it, they don't want to work again. They want to be doing 30 hours, 25 hours. They just want to be doing part-time job. Because this thing is for certain people based on your income and thing, but other people, they want to use it that way and it is not good. People who get into the country, these are temporary programs to help them up. But some people want to be on a permanent day. They just want to be government liability. You want to be on food stamp forever. You want to be on Section A forever. You don't want to do no full-time job to get good income and thing because why? You just want to be on welfare. These are some of the things which, of course, is not good. The more you just said something, or since I sustained injury from my job, okay, I've been home, and what? Government been taking care of me, giving me compensation.
Compensation.
Okay.
Long, short term.
Okay. Even I was not on food stamp. They took me for on food stamp, but because I sustained injury, they look out. Oh, your income go down. Your work, they're not working. Okay, we'll give you food stamp till you can go back to work. The way I go back to work next month, they're taking me off.
Yeah.
I just think that they can just do to help you because, like you said, these are things that people can do.
Mayborn.
System.
Let me just tell you what Ali said.
Yeah.
Ali said you got
so quickly, Mark, we have one of our sisters also who been following us. I think she's in France, and she want to be part of the show here. Let me see how best to get her on. Betty and Bremer. I don't know whether she. Betty, are you okay?
Yeah, good evening. I don't
But we
know
don't
if good
see you.
evening
I
or good
don't know
morning
what
for your side.
happened to your end. Are you okay?
Yeah, can you hear me? I'm on my way from work and I'm in the darkness. That's why I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Okay. Yes, we're getting you more, please. Let give us a little time so that at least she can give us her own experience. Yeah, Betty, go ahead, Mama, and welcome to the SKTV show.
Yeah, thank you. It's an honor to be here on this unique topic. By the way of introduction, I'm Betty and I'm Beth, sorry, from France, and the CEO of Courage Foundation. And this is a discussion that I found interesting tonight because I always follow the show, and when it comes to the issue of welfare aspect, I think we immigrants we have to step down and start. I don't want to use the word misusing of it because we are our own problem, I may say. Because I don't know about the US government or in US because I've never been there. But when it comes to France here now, like even the France government is facing serious problem with the immigrant here on the social welfare because they notice that almost like 95% of immigrants are in the country and definitely they don't want to do anything. And we will be in our country, we crying to get visa, to come to have a better life, to change our family life back there. But definitely, just as our brother was saying, once some of us get in the country and God help us, we get our paper, it's finished. You don't go to work again because of the little change that the government giving you. And at the end of the day, you sit down home, depend on the 500 because uh government pay here per amount of children that you have. So if you're having like maybe 3 or 4 kids, and definitely maybe you are going to get something like $2,000 for the children, and apart from that, you have to get your own share as a mother. But yet and still that they see that now as an opportunity and it does not go to work. And who paying this money is the citizen of the country. They, like my brother said, they are taking taxes from citizens. When you check in the country now, you see a lot of citizens every morning they're on their way, leaving their home, their comfortable beds, going to look for it. But definitely when you check among the immigrants, you will not even find 50% of the immigrants working now because they're getting free money, they're getting free food, they're getting everything here free now. So at the end of the day, they leave everything. The French government have taken serious action against immigrants here too because they notice that people who get document they don't go to work. So what they're doing now, when you get 10 years, because people who have been issuing 10 years documents, definitely they are not even having 1 year experience, working experience. Imagine. And somebody who is a citizen going to work and you come here as an immigrant, they give you 10 year document. They come for you. Your coming here is for you to at least contribute to the society. But people use that and they are not doing anything. So a lot of people have been complaining these few days because when they go to renew that document, the government take that document back from them. That's what the French people doing now in this
Because you have
country. When they know
no impact on the society.
impact, yes, you have no impact, no use in the society. How can a government give you 10 year paper for you to help the society pay tax? The amount of taxes we pay here, even when you like I was saying to my husband, when you go to the supermarket and then they will ask you whether you want a supermarket card. So like I thought like it was free, free service. And when at the end of the month or when I check my bills or whatever they were taking from my account, and I saw something like money that they removed from my account for the card that they gave me from the supermarket. So I was like, how is it possible that they will even take a tax from me from cards that they are giving me for a reduction? Then they are taking tax from. He said nothing in the country free. I was like, wow.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you,
you
Sister
see,
John. Hold on. Be here with us. Mark and that brother Ali will also hold the show for the next
Yeah,
15
for
minutes
the next 15
until
minutes,
I
we
come
do the
back after the news
conversation.
break. Yes, but go ahead, Mark. You're gonna listen. This is not only about the food or maybe what we'll call maybe the welfare business, but
Yeah.
I think also this is damaging though that we'll be fighting to travel, but when you travel, you don't want to do anything. The same
exactly.
mentality back home.
No, the reason because it's been politicized. The people with liberal mentality believe that when people from this country come and you get an incentive, then they will vote for one party. Then that way it make them to maintain power. They got give you the situation in Minnesota. You got upward of maybe 80 to 85,000 Somalians, right? So if they can steal from daycare, if they can steal and take billions of dollars from the system, no, one party in America believe that it's okay because come election day they will vote one side, they will not vote for the other side. So when you talk about capitalism and free market, no, they consider you to be a racist. I said, no, you are only trying to destroy the system that brought people here in the first place. And let me tell my Liberian people out there that are working. When you come to this country at a younger age, when you are young, your body is on steroid. You can work 2 jobs, 16 hours, 14 hours. The reason you are working harder, because in America, there's no other way to get money other than working. You wake up in the morning, our sisters and brothers working 14, 12, 16 hours. That is abnormal for a human being. You are putting a lot of toll on your body. But guess what? You sustain it for 10, 15, 20 years. What happens when you get into your 40s and 50s? Your body is not as energetic like you're in your 20s. Now, because the cost of living. And why become the cost of living? Because more people getting on welfare, so the government will tax you more to be able to provide for them. Now, what happened? The paycheck that used to sustain you 10 years ago cannot sustain you now. And in order for you to survive, you got to go take on another job. Some of our people dropping our work from stress and dying. I don't want to call anybody, but one famous lady from your country, she fell in the elevator from excessive work, from overstressing her body, because you are not in your 20s or your 30s anymore. You are in your 50s, going to your 60s. You should be working less, But now you are working more. And guess what the U.S. government just did? They increased the retirement age. You go to the fast food restaurant, you see so all people there standing there serving you because they are not even capable of retiring because they don't have enough money saved to take care of them in their old age. Why? Because the social welfare system has crumbled. And so if you think you are doing the good thing, oh no, you are only killing yourself because, like I said, you cannot survive in America now with one income, and you are getting older. Your body won't be able to sustain 2 jobs, so you will be dying pretty soon. Now, all I can tell you with this or social welfare program, government does not perform magic. All the government does is they tax people that are working and take that money to give it to people that don't want to work. That's just why it is. It's no longer about emergency. It's no longer about safety, whether you end up losing your job, you sustain injury, you just come into America. I don't mind. You come from Africa, you come here with your document, you enter America legally. You got to, everybody here transition one way or another because they know it will take you time. And the guys they can call low-income workers. Some people came here, English as a second language. It took them a long time to transition. So these are the people we should be helping. You don't look at everybody, man. You wake up in the morning, you go to where you can just see a bunch of men and just roasting meat, no job. They just living in free Section 8 houses. They just burning bunch of children so they cannot get off the social welfare program. They taxing you to death and you going to work every day and not getting ahead. So what will you do next? I might as well join the people that own welfare because if I am working hard and I'm not going anywhere, my income cannot even sustain me, then why should I go to work in the first place? We all can just be on welfare and just destroy the system. That's what's happening. But anyway, let me take it to Betty and Ali.
Yeah, that's just the fact. That's what's happening. And like we said, these things are just emergency program, people you can just get on so that you can get on your feet. But some people will be like somebody told me the city, oh, you know, go on food stamp, you have to reduce your working hour, this and that. I say, oh, it is because of food stamp. You know, I will reduce my working hours. I get my family back home to take care of. Why should I be doing a job to be making 1,000, 1,005, or because I want to be on food stamp the rest of my life? I said, no, I'm not here for that. What they did, that was okay. These are emergency program. Other people, they don't want to live for only. But like I said, I already, President Trump now already had come to rest. Nobody will spend more than 2 years on Section 8 again. Yes, these are emergency something. When they get you there in 2 years, try to better all your life and get out. Okay, well, you
but this thing, right? Let me just remind you, this thing now it started under Clinton. When Clinton became president, has something called the Welfare Reform Act. He was the one that came up with it. This government debt and deficit has been increasing. The first president that came up with this social program to revamp it was Bill Clinton. He came up, you can check on your phone, the Welfare Reform Act, I think it was 1996 or 1998. He the one came out with the term limit as to how long you can stay on welfare, and the term limit was 5 years. We maintained it from Brooklyn until Barack Obama came and took up the work requirement. My brother, that's why I say good to forget about the politics, just look at the history. He was the one. That's why during the debate, when they got a former speaker, Newt Gingrich, he called Obama a food stamp president. People say, oh, Newt Gingrich, I said, no, he not racist. What he's saying is, the work requirement are there because to be on welfare on a Brooklyn Welfare Reform Act, you're supposed to work a certain year. When that time reaches, you are out. You are out for life. You can never get back on it. When he came, he removed it. Because when Brooklyn passed it, it was just an executive order. He came and he removed it. So Bush never removed it. He, the one came, and when he removed it, guess what? The whole system just exploded. Like people now are supposed to be working, saying, no, I only want to work 32 hours to get free things. Why would you want to work 32 hours, 30 hours when you're supposed to be working hard to do something? Because what? It created an incentive for people to cheat the system. And whenever you give people things free, it's a psychological thing. They will abuse it. That's why you see BM, they don't retire. Because you look at a man who believes he can scam somebody to get money, and you got to go work 40 to 80 hours a week just to live and live. If he believes he can get free money for doing literally nothing, why make you think he will leave that career to go and find something better to do? He will believe that he can keep stealing from people that he died, because that way it make it easier. That's what human nature is. When people get things free, they don't want to let it go. They want to stay on it for life. So if you look at a man who can get sleep with random women, born bunch of kids, you get him sleeping place, you get him food stamp, you get him Medicare. Why should he go to work? There is no need to go to work.
No need. Like my wife, she always giving our neighbor food, and she was like, oh, I always see you going to buy, I get 2,005 on my food stamp, and you can go. Why you doing a 2,005 on your food stamp?
Yeah, the funny thing, the woman sister coming, go Betty coming, because for me, I love hearing the women side. They don't want to go do all the grocery shopping for the children. They don't want to prepare all the meals. So I love hearing from women. Yeah, the funny part, Ali, when you are working, when you go to the grocery store, Ali, you are looking for all the deals because you know the money coming from your pocket directly.
Yes.
Some of the things your children need, you got to pick and choose between them based on their priority. Like one time I went to someone picking talking about you want cake, you want to. I said, bro, we already get from doing shopping. You made like you get from a soga to eat a lot of vegetable. Vegetable already expensive for inflation.
Sure.
I can't be buying you cake, so I got to pick something with the most important benefit for him. I can't buy everything. You just see someone come with a shopping cart, my brother. You can't just see the person that pushing the car, the food stop all the way to the roof. That's why you use it when you finish ringing. When the cashier then see the cashier, can you get mine in the supermarket and Walmart? Because the cashier know that at the end of the day, he come with that plastic card like a food stamp. So at that time, we who working, we can even afford somebody who's not working. Look at the man shopping cart alone. He even got to make sure that he get take anything see on the shelf.
Anything.
He's not paying for it.
And some of them will go to the supermarket. They will be there. The moment you enter, they will be asking you whether you want a stamp. They ain't working when they get free food stamp.
Well, yeah, he's selling it 2 for 1.
The king of time, they pass a law that arresting people for selling food stamp because the person will be with you when you get to the cashier. They
he go ring it.
When you get outside now, you give them the money to go drink your smoke. So this thing they really
they make a 5K, they get it, man, 1,000. And you know American poor food cheaper. Not
Yes.
like us. To cook the typical African meal, you spend almost $200 to cook a decent meal for a family of 4 or 5. Because by the time you finish buying that cassava feed, that pigtail, you already in $2. But if people,
my Liberian people, because today you're all on the social media, it is not like when people on welfare, meaning they're not working in America, they're working, but some of them doing less work because they want to be on food stamp, they want to be on Section A, all of these things. So that 48.9%, it doesn't mean Liberian are just saying that they're not working.
No. You're working too, everybody.
Yes. More hours because they want to get all those free.
Let me ask my Liberian sister, she in Europe. When you cook your typical African meal, that your beans or get your cassava, how much you can spend on average?
Thank you for the good work you do in the country. I've been following your foundation. Thank you for the good work. This is what we need to do, give back to our country.
Oh, yes, you need the foundation. I didn't know that.
Yes, you get a foundation back. Yes,
that's great.
Yeah, thank you for the compliment. Yeah, I got my foundation called Courage Foundation. Yeah. A non-profitable organization. Yeah, when it comes to the African food, it's not easy. I don't even eat. My intake can say like you French woman now because I don't even like to go to it. More especially when my husband not around. I don't like to go shopping because anytime I go shopping, I almost I will spend on my own expense. So for that reason, I don't even like to go in the supermarket alone. It's not easy. It's very. Are you people there attend the network? Hello. Network.
Ali. Yeah,
but
the thing that you cut down the African food because I know 3 things the African food will cost you. It will cost you more money. It will cost you a lot of time because you got to cook that food. And African food cook for a very long time. Not like American food where they can just put in microwave. It eats into your current bill, electricity bill. So the question is, you busy or you just cutting it down to save costs, to get some savings because at the end of the day, if you're cooking African food every day, then you declare bankruptcy in America because it's just not possible. Are you there, Betty? I think Betty.
Mom, you see, for us, that's one of the problems I'm faced with. Like, since I came to this country, like my children, they don't like the food here. Just imagine all the years we've been here. Just imagine now, these children like their African food. Yo,
you know the reason why? You know the reason why, Ali? I will ask you a trick question. Why do you think the kids ain't like American food? I bet anyone want to answer that question.
For me, I just feel to myself, those food, I don't know how to answer that question.
Let me ask the woman. She know what she in the Western
that woman.
What is it?
I said, why is it that the kids here they love the African food more than the typical American food?
For me, I'm not in America and I don't have kids here, so I don't really know. But when it comes to African food, African food is the best. So what I American, even me, I hear say what, like more especially we used to our rice already. I can't go a day without eating rice.
Oh wow. Really?
I think she answered the question, but she answered it partially. The reason being, African food very spicy, and you it got a lot of taste, and
Yeah,
it's just normal. Even the
yeah,
kids that were born here, the moment you start giving them African food, they will turn away from the typical American dish.
Oh
American, yeah,
yes.
So yeah,
Yes.
when they get that taste, anything gonna eat American food, it looks so cold to them. That flavor is not there. Like the way you would typically season the African food. That's why I say African food will take a longer time to cook. You got to do a lot of seasoning, the pepper, and everything got to be on par. So even though the kids were born here, the moment you expose them to African food, they eat it 2, 3, 4 times. No, that's it. They are not going to that typical sandwich all day. I mean, they will eat those food, but it will be occasionally, more especially in the morning hour. But for their 4-day meal, they will want the African dish. So if for all the kids, if for all of them,
Yes.
yeah,
it all
correct.
depends how often you expose them to the African food. The more they eat it, the more they stick to it. They're not going to change. That's just why it is.
But mom, the funny part is that something I can't get over. Like my daughter, that get yeah, the way cat. Sunday, that girl was born at that time when she was on the way. All the food they can give, that girl not like it.
No.
She like it. All the food that we used to get for her from the way cat, she like it. Up to now, that girl, she like the African food sell. The other people sometimes once in a while they let to try McDonald's, Burger King, but she not. She like any of these things. She like her rest.
And Ali, the same thing. I don't know if it happened in France to our sister Betty. Even if you observe that the African American, the people that were born, I'm not even talking about kids. I'm talking about adults. If you go around the community now and drive to all the African restaurants, you will see more African American ordering food than even the typical African. You know why? Because they have been exposed to African food too. So I don't think it's only related, limited to the kids. It's limited to adults. Now, there is a guy here. I mean, I live by the FBI office. So the Liberian guy got a restaurant. One time I went there to go get soup because it was so crazy. I saw all these FBI agents drinking ginger juice and sour fufu. I like, what the heck? And I'm talking about white guys. I'm not saying they're for African American. I'm like, okay. So the thing is all about exposure. That the more exposed people become to our food, the more they like it. So if you were to go to sit down to any Liberian restaurant and just sit down there for 20, 30 minutes and just observe, you will see more African American putting in orders for African food than the typical African. So I was like, okay, I learned something new these few days. It's not only about the kids, even the adult themselves, they are transitioning to African and spicy food. They're liking it now. So that's the difference.
Even here in France, yeah. My husband is a white man, Frenchman. Now as I'm speaking in Liberia, and he told me saying he's not eating any European food when he get there, only African food. When you see the first time I make that fufu and soup, he took it with his hand, you know. I said, oh, but you white man, I can eat pepper. They make it eat pepper. So once you introduce them to it, definitely they will, you know,
The spice.
when they start eating it now, you don't even want to take it from them anymore. They will eat it even more than you say now because we the African, we don't have what it takes, but our food, we really know how to prepare our food. I want someone taste it, they will always love it. They don't want to even how they call it, resist. So African food are the best, huh? It's not easy. It's not easy for us here to get African food, but when we have the opportunity to get it, oh no. That's why the people making it very expensive here for us.
Well, yes, I'm enjoying the show. I've just followed the show behind the scene, and that's also magnificent with all of the talking about the African teachers and so forth. And I've seen the comments. Some of our mothers, our sisters, they're all commenting also about that. But that's just so unique. So more we're back after the news break, and yes, people are reacting to our topic or to our discussion. Because for me, I'm more concerned about the opportunity. I don't know whether that can also be seen here in Africa, or maybe to be specific in Liberia, because these are systems that can also give people strength and hope. But again, we are traveling outside, and instead of all seeing these things and bringing these things back home, we are also abusing these things, coming back home and say nothing happened. Oh, the African leaders, they're not serious and this and that, all these kind of things. But we're back. Let's move on. These are my concern today in the entire topic. about the welfare issues as to whether we can bring this kind of idea in Africa or Liberia and see how best to get our citizens at least giving them hope so that they too will understand that they too they are also part of a society or part of a country or part of their resources. Because more, this thing will help. But we don't see this.
No, I only have two advice for our people. The reason I say the whole welfare thing is playing into Liberia because our country we don't have jobs. The vast majority of our country, our people over there depend on remittances, children's school fee, medical bill, food emergency. So the only thing I'm saying is the tougher it become on Liberians living overseas, the harder it is for people back there. So every law that affects it indirectly affects them. You know, one thing people don't understand about the diaspora and the people back home, we are all ambassadors representing the other group. When they mess up back there, it affects them directly and it affects us indirectly. When things go bad here, it affects us directly and it affects them indirectly. So it gets vice versa. So one thing I'm saying is people are getting older. It's one thing you never get back. I keep saying the most important currency in life is time. You came to this country, you were younger, you can do 2 jobs. My sister, I bet she can put in 16 hours a day. She got her energy. Man, peace, you want to come for her to do 16 hours. We may be like, when Moa here, we borrow when she come, she got to be tired because they are not of the same age group. I'm just giving that example in terms of the age disparity. So, and the older you become, the less pressure you want to put on the body. You're thinking about retirement, you're talking about how to run. I mean, you know what I mean to be working for 25, 30 years straight of your life. You standing on your feet, you taking care of patients, you going here and there. No, you can do that for a time. But the problem is, as they keep increasing taxes on you that are working, you will end up dying because how many jobs can you do? All your expense has literally double or triple in size. Your income is not meeting your expense. Your rent double, but your income remain the same. It's just linear. It's not making something of an astronomical growth. So over time, you will end up getting poorer, even though you've been here for the longest and you're working harder, but you are not getting ahead. And the only reason you are not getting ahead because more and more people are adding to the welfare. And whenever more people add up, the government will only increase taxes on you more and more. So it cannot be a good thing for you. And to all Liberian people, in the next few years, when you start seeing the remittances dropping and your family not picking up the phone call, just know that they are underwater and they cannot sustain it, or they have to cut down your remittances significantly because that's too much is not left to be sharing with you. That's why we all advocate for Liberia to do better economically, because if Liberia is doing better, it will take the pressure from people overseas. Your niece, your nephews, your brother, they are all working, they got their job, they can make an income. Why make you think that? I mean, in some instances, you will help, but it will not be heavily dependent on you for you to take care of them on a day-by-day basis. That's possible.
So, more quickly, before we cross over to the other team members, Mark, are you sensing that maybe this entire welfare activities or maybe this thing should, or maybe will be observed, or maybe we'll go on a review, maybe Donald Trump, because I think I power a post from one other representative also from there, also Representative Randin Fine, right? He also, if I have, he won't say on that. He said President Trump is right. 2 million legal immigrants are nothing more than leeches, or maybe we can say the leech ripping off the American taxpayers. So I don't know what's going to happen next month because you say something about people getting support back home because, so what's going to happen next? What are you sensing? Are you sensing maybe the cancellation of the entire program or review of the entire program?
Maybe, like I said, it's all tied into immigration. It's all tied into the government policy. This thing been happening for years. The reason America is on the edge because for the first time, our national debt has increased to almost $37 trillion. It's not sustainable. So everything is being reviewed. Social program, retirement, 401k, everything is on a review. And the more fraud that enter the system, the more they will start cutting down these things. That's why I'm saying it dated back to the days of Bill Clinton because he saw it. That was one of the things I used to let Bill Clinton because people used to say Bill Clinton, I said, no, Bill Clinton was a centrist. Don't forget he came from a red state. All his policies were mostly conservative. He was the one that brought welfare reform. He was cutting down on social program. He was reducing the size of government. He laid over 400,000 federal employees because he came up with that same mindset. It's not sustainable. One thing here is, I'm only looking at the long run. It could be American president only last for 4 years, so I don't care about president that matter. I only look at the policy because will there be another Trump that will come to maintain what is happening, or will we go back to the same old system? All I'm saying is, it's not sustainable, and in the long run, the country will be impacted negatively. And for our people back too, they will be hit the hardest because they depend on the Aliu, the Liberian people that are living overseas. All I'm saying is when left get difficult, it will be even worse for them. It almost like somebody sneezing and you catching the cold. So you guys will be the one catching the cold because the little 25 bucks will be chipping with you, Mayborn for the SKTV. No, it will not be coming because people are struggling to meet their daily expense. Your donors on the show now, they are literally maxed out. They are exhausted. Every time we raise something that teacher, one old man or breaking rock and they keep the SKTV running. No, it adds up. The more things get difficult yet, the highly impact that you guys are going to be back home because you are also looking up to people from here. And it's not getting any better. The system keep getting worse. And my fear is, why is the essence of coming to America? We want the system to collapse. We want for the system to keep going so that future immigrants can come here. When the people who came here before are retiring, the young people should come here too and get opportunity. Why have been here? I've been here for X amount of years. You think I want to live in America where you will come and struggle? No, I want to live a better America so the day you come here too, you can do your hustle too and be able to make the country better for the next person coming. That's just how it was supposed to be. So the intention for immigrants coming here, immigration was mostly about you coming to work, pay into the system and make the country better so they can give you better services for future immigrants. But now, like I said, the country is on a total and imminent collapse. It's unsustainable. That's all I can say.
Thank you, Brother Aliu. What say you, my dear brother? The same thing. Back to you. The same question. The same. Maybe can we also have the kind of assistance here in Africa, or maybe better state in Liberia to see how best? Because the reason why the working class in Liberia, we are also among the poor people, is because no different. So can we also maybe say yes? Let's bring this in little system here, maybe to help our people, or moving forward, is there any plan that maybe that Donald Trump want to cancel the entire stuff, or maybe review it and do it better?
The problem, like you asking, this is something, Liberia, we don't have a system and we don't believe in system. Like I said today, the whole thing about welfare, these are some of the things the last time when I was reading or something. These are some of the things we'll talk about poverty reduction strategy. These are some of the mechanisms that people can use sometime to at least, because if you know somebody like I was working and went out of job, you expect me to be invaded because I'm not working and I can't pay my house rent. The government had to give me some assistance for that time till I can get by. And this thing can happen in Liberia if only we had the system built up and the jobs are there. And then, like here, they say, oh yes, maybe say your income is this amount, you can get no welfare again, you can get assistance from the government. This thing can be done, but in Liberia, not anytime soon. Maybe our great-great-grandchildren, then when everyone often die, better people not die. Yeah, people are coming up with that kind of mindset and they don't want to carry that kind of system. But our people, they don't even say thing on that. Right now, all the taxes we pay in Liberia, we don't benefit nothing from it. If you stay paying registration fee for your child to go to public school in Liberia, then what are you benefiting from the taxes you pay? That's one of the things. If you take your daughter to the hospital right now, maybe when they tell you need to pay $5,000 registration, this and that before. What the essence of you paying taxes? But yeah, we don't do this thing because why? The taxes we pay, it make impact in our life. It can happen in Liberia, but not anytime soon. That's what I will tell you. Because it's a system you have to put in place. We don't even say how good system to run a government. Then you're talking about welfare.
Now that move to our sister, that got it too interesting. What say you with one of the questions and statements? Maybe our leadership also thinking about doing some of these things. Would that be possible or not? And then, are you sensing that maybe around the world, the leadership now they are grappling some of the maybe behavior of the immigrants that they don't want to work? Some of them they don't want to work. Maybe they just want to be liability, like the lawmaker is saying. Are you sensing that maybe one day that this thing may be stopped?
Where in Liberia?
No, I'm talking about France, the US, the entire
Yeah,
welfare activities, or maybe you think that it will be reviewed too, because I know US, and I'll start with this, uh, think about it that will also go to Europe and across the world.
yeah, like I said the previous statement that I made. as long US have already come up with this, it already is an alarming to other European countries too as well, because America that people see as the greatest, and they are already complaining that they are giving out, but their country are not benefiting, because definitely that's what they are trying to tell immigrants, that they are giving out, but they are not receiving anything. So definitely, it will be an alarming to other European countries as well. So at the end of the day, everybody will have to start putting into system the same practices that US government. We pray that it may not work out, because if that will happen, like my brother said, everybody will be affected, be it in and out of the country. Everybody will be affected, because what if I'm not working, and then, or if I'm working and then somebody's taking like 15% or 20% of my salary a month, and I will have to also meet up with some of my bills, and here, and government also taking 15% of my tax. Definitely I will not be able to help my family back home, because at the end of the day, here, I don't know about the American system, like what we say, but you don't owe Europe government, no matter how many bills that you owe and you cannot pay. Definitely, the first thing is the people get our banking system here. So when you only any amount that you think that, oh, you say, oh, next month pay when it comes, like my first time, I think I had some money problem, and I went into banking credit $200 I took from my bank, and definitely I said, oh, when I take my pay, I will pay. Guess what? Before even my salary got in my account, the people call their money. Oh, I almost cried.
They took it back quick, so because they know that system. So when you appear to see it, they take it before you get to your
Our
account.
country does not have this system. That's why you see a lot of people. You see a lot of people owing and other things, but you cannot owe European government, because even $1 say $1 you owe these people here, they will take it from you. So it's just I got a call to we the immigrants. We know what we want. We leave our country for a better life for ourselves and our family, to give our people back home a better life, or ourselves. So we cannot be selfish to ourselves, or we think that because the country is falling it. Yes, like my brother said, how do we sometimes think, how are these people getting the free food to give it to us? How yeah, you don't have job. Yes, they also do the system that you go to certain restaurant by 12 o'clock, by 1 o'clock, by 6. The timing system. They make everybody to fit at home. But if it at home now, we are trying to abuse the system, which of course is not good for us as an immigrant. So we have to stand on our feet. If and only if our brothers and sisters may come after us, let us make the difference, that at least when they come to, they will enjoy, because a year go by, things changing, and system are changing every day. Like what happens in 2022, 2020, 2021. Now you get in 2026, there are other every day. The European government here, they are changing laws. They are changing laws every day. Like I said, they are taking back their documents from immigrants here. People are crying. Now their eyes are opening, because when they came, they get a 10-year document. I knew one other lady, she said, why am I going to work for? So y'all ready? Y'all can do well, or y'all can't. Y'all go to work. I said, you got a document, and even people who don't have documents, they're fighting to get a document. But once they get it, they don't go to work, and you are abusing the system, because the taxes that they are paying, people who going to work for six, like me now, I left my house since 6 o'clock in the morning, and I return almost 7 o'clock. I have to take the train early in the morning. When I miss 30 minutes of the train, I have to wait for extra 1 hour. Imagine I taking a train to go to do work, and at the end of the day, government will still have to cut their own share from on the money that I work for. And who that money going to? Our own people that here, the immigrants. They are the one that are benefiting from the money. And then they choose not to work, and they have the means. They are strong. They have the means, but they are here giving birth to children, because they know that there's a system that have already been set aside, that immigrants benefit from, so they are not making use of that opportunity. So it's an alarming system to everybody in and out of the European world. Let us wake up. Let us wake up. the citizens of the country. When you go enter the country, you meet the citizens of the country. They are working. You yourself, you know what you went for. But our people, we tend to forget, like I said, because of the smaller benefit. We like. I think we I don't want to say black or we the immigrant. We going to be certified. For me, I will put it in that direction. We're going to be certified. You will see a typical Frenchman here. He started working from 18 years all the way to 50 years and other things. But definitely, once we spend 2 3 years here, and at the end of the day, we say that now we become the boss for the country, and we don't want to go to work. We expect to get money, and you don't. There's no free money in here. Eh? There's no free. I went to the
Yeah, thank you, sister. So let's move back to Monk and another brother Ali. Then we'll go to the line to interact with our people.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yes, brother Ali. Maybe you want to advise our people, maybe because you're always saying that any other thing that will affect our people on our side, it will also affect us here, and another thing affect us here will also affect our people. But Monk, let's look at the issue of opportunity. Are we abused? For me, I'm more concerned about these few things. Are we abusing the maybe the opportunity given us? Why some of our people don't want to work? Why?
Like I said, everything in life is about generation. It's a change. Because I know I can bet you, if I was to go 15, 20 years back, let's just say early 2000, I know 19 out of 20 Liberians that will come to this country, the first thing they want as a job. But times change. When you create a condition wherein you create a situation where people can get things free, they will want to make use of it. Let me tell you, America, like my sister, she in France. When they say Western civilization, we all got the same system, even though you're in France. The Germany, the France, the Spain, the Portugal, because America came from England, from the British Empire. So the same system we use it, why you guys use over there. And she said something right. If America is feeding the pinch, every European country will end up going through the same thing because it's the same system. That's why they're cracking down on you in France, even though you're way across the Atlantic Ocean from me. But it's the same system. And it's the system that is crumbling. The Western civilization is at risk because the laws that they put in place, the system that they built is being tested right now. Because you got different immigrants coming. When you go back to the 1700s, the 1800s, all the immigrants that came to America came from Europe. They came with the same idea, working mentality. That's why you look at every celebrity here. My parents came here with nothing, but we work hard to make it up. Today, I'm a Hollywood celebrity. All the good things we call America, what you can see. People say, oh, America, exceptionalism. You hear people talking the story. America is the only country my story can be possible. My dad came as a cook. He worked hard. And today, typical example, Barack Obama. His father cooked for the British Army as a cook. And today, he became president in America. When you always talk about his dad, he wrote a book. It said, Dreams of My Father. How his dad used to wake up 4 a.m. just to cook. But his dad was working hard and training him. I mean, and giving him the idea of working hard in life. That's a whole different generation. Even you have Michelle Obama. Her father was a construction worker. She said every day for more than 25 years, that woman wakes up 4 a.m. every day. Because it was the mentality back then. But the modern generation, no. They have an entitlement mindset. When they come here, that's a whole different ballgame. So maybe it's a generational thing. But the only thing that I know is it poses a systemic threat to Western civilization. If the U.S. and other European countries cannot put their act together, they will crumble and become a third world country. And I'm seeing it happening already. There is a picture on Facebook that I saw in France. And you would think you in a Happy Corner Market where people braiding hair. I think she would tell you, people braiding hair on the side. No. We never came from Africa to the Western world to turn the Western world to Africa. No, there was a reason we came here. We came here for better quality of life, better school, better healthcare, better system, better social services. If you want to bring Africa to France, then why you came to France? Why not just stay in Africa? You want fracas on the people's street. You want braid hair in one little corner. No, the people got system here. To open a business, you register your business, you do your braiding, you get a certificate. That's what they call Western society. You do things to improve the system, but no. You want some paper color from your car trunk. Yeah, you won't be Lababido in America. Then why come to America? Stay in Liberia and do Lababido. That's one of my problems, my brother.
Yeah, go ahead, sister.
No, you are saying, I said the people don't want to pay taxes. When the place he's talking about is an market that we go. And when you see that, Even down to cow skin, all the people selling it in plastic on the side.
So we tell Liberia from here, I carry Liberia to Europe or America. That's good. Well, Ali, why say you go about that? Brother, gonna go to the land to hear from our people. Maybe they have questions. Some people have their own. Maybe take on what are they happening. What say you, my brother?
Okay, 1 minute, please. I'm about to leave here because I just got home from work, and thank you guys for having me here. I will also, I'm still following the show, but I have two things to get back on the struggle tomorrow. So yeah, thank you so much. It was a great time.
Man, nice to be here. Just Sktv anytime. Just reach out to Melbourne and to the rest
Thank
of the
you,
people.
thank
Yeah,
you.
special interview.
Okay.
So that's anytime you're ready for your interview, just come. I think the team already know you. So yeah, so I can talk more about your foundation and what you're doing back home here. But that's good. Thank you so much for coming on. Yeah, brother, you go ahead, brother.
Yeah, what you were saying, Mabel?
No, we're just passing through now so that we can go to the land to hear from our people. I was asking whether is there any other thing maybe that you want to say quickly before we go to the line.
So that I think we have said it all. I think we talk about the president, a bill, wherein he vetoed the bill, but still people went ahead and signed it. I think we'll talk about that and we come to the welfare issue. I don't want people because today plenty in your social media. Why say they can't come back home?
We'll do that bill, that law and stuff. Hopefully I'll be here with you guys. Hopefully.
Yeah, plenty people. Why they can't come back home and they know they will just be saying that in America they're not working, they depending on the government. It is not that people are not working. People are working, but because they feel like they are getting.
And you see their comment. See their comment, and you know this thing do also sometimes it bring frustration. This thing do also bring serious feeling to people. See what the person is saying.
Yeah,
they're working, they are broke. Then you're
yes, we are working. These are some of the things. Yeah, that's what happening here, and that's why I stay with President Trump for them to work on this thing to see how best they can get rid of some of these things happening in the country. At least give food stamp to people that they're really working and setting income level. Not somebody that will just be making $1,000 and they want to be on food stamp or Section A, Medicaid the rest of their life. They really need to work on this thing because, like Mo said, sometimes you go to the grocery store, you see somebody their whole shopping cart, that whole thing full, and then you might see why.
Yeah, you get one little brown plastic, they make their whole shopping cart full and they post money.
You see, so people are working, but they decide to work less because they want to be on those welfare and things. But you shouldn't be thinking that, oh yes, because of this, they should that Liberians are here, they are not working. They are working. But even for when we say we come in name some of your minister then that you're left for go
our food stamp too, eh? No one.
We get they plenty they go over there when they come by here, they go back on their food stamp and all that thing there. Yeah, they just be doing a small work there.
They're working part-time.
They do a part-time job. Yeah. They say that they discuss politics when government will go by Liberia. They plenty. Anytime we are they there. Let's listen to our people.
07702033125. That's the number to call this evening. Call in and have your say. What's some of the things that you want to maybe talk about on our welfare issue or in fact the things happening. Hello to David King. David, good evening.
Yeah. Good evening,
yes.
Let me say good evening to the rest of the panel. You see, Ali just put it right.
Yeah, don't call people name, please. We don't want you to be calling people name that we don't have no proof on. Please.
No, but we got people who people live in the same state before. Okay, they were not doing anything substantive in America. That's why you saw them every time on cloud reloaded. Now the government is still on cloud reloaded.
You're in trouble.
They ask one another question, they all answering it the same way. So these people, they're already working in America. A good job, good paid job. These people will not be running to come here to get the insurance position or director position. They could just be what they're helping Liberians back home in order some of them to even open company here so that other Liberians can benefit from them. But this is the reason why you see whenever there's a political party that won election, you will see all the guys running from America coming here to come get a job. Because over there, they ain't really able to work. They can't do anything.
So they want food stamp.
Yeah, they want food stamp free. receive it, will take you, you know. So these are the same people who are come today, they walk in the picture, so they can never have some just because they have spent 2 years, they got life better before then, and they're doing all kind of things here to us. But just the fact that Donald Trump, you know, I love Donald Trump, the way he can do the thing. He's a tough old man. You look at some things that will affect America, and that's what you call true nationalists. You cannot be a true nationalist. You just look at things that happen to the people, and you say, oh yeah, saying on the boat, that is a lie, it will happen. Then the man take this stand. That's the only way on it. Boga will find a way back home to be one of the people on the side. And the people that wasting, or the year the other party when they come here, and people are seeking and they get job.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. The WhatsApp line is also there. Those of you, I know. Okay, yeah, I think the number is there. I see. John Manlo also try calling up. Okay, good. They calling back. Let me see quickly. So you can also place in your calls. Yes. Hello, Mr. Manlo. How you doing, Chief? Hello, Chief. How you doing, boss? Please low. Yeah. The monitor behind you there is loud, or please have a little bit lower than that.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, we'll get to you. Go ahead. Well, call back, Mr. Mauro. Please keep your calls coming 0770203125. That's the number to call this evening and be part of the Sktv. You have to say on what we're discussing. All of these things today are all systems that sometimes we'll go to the people country. We boast of all of the system. We'll come back home. We don't care about anything. We go back to our same normal system. By the time you enter like the people can say everything lost from your head, and you just tell the birth system, you put it in you. But again, keep your calls coming. Also, the WhatsApp number is also there. Okay, yeah. Mr. Mauro is back on the line. Yeah, Mr. Mauro, good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Well, we're okay though. Thank God for life.
Okay. Let me cut this monitor off. Yeah. Listen, I was calling because there are some questions you asked about, three things. The president veto that they overrode. The people didn't override anything. The president is looking for an excuse, as he is known to throw a rock and hide his hand. That old man knew exactly what they were doing, but he wants other people to take the blame, and they all agree that they would take the blame. That thing is going to benefit them and no one else. When a president is sitting in his office and the legislature is putting a bill together, that what he got the chairman of the executive to tell him. That's why the vice president is there, to tell him. He got all his parties in there. You want to tell me nobody knew that they were writing that bill?
Well, I think that will be discussed tomorrow. Then we'll come more to that. But let's move back to the welfare issue, Chief. Well, what say you?
Yeah, let me finish here, Maple. They knew and he knew.
Okay.
So that thing is just a facade. And you see a henchman that come all and stretching vein in their throat. They're trying to cover up for him. That man knew exactly what was going to happen, and what they wanted is what happened. Now, as far as the welfare business you're talking about, it can't work in Liberia. The first thing is that the people you call money people in Liberia, there are poor people here. You get welfare and thing, you got to have money sitting down for the country. There is none. The people don't make enough money. So there will never be enough money to help people who don't have money. And then besides that, they're stealing the money. So there is no innovation to open up new businesses and things in the country to bring in more money. Then the little that is there, they steal it. So there is no money there to help the people. So that's not going to happen. So we work a whole lot of things. And as far as this thing in Europe and America, I went to school in Europe. I lived in Europe for years. People, the people there, they got a socialist system. It's on your work. When I work there, 50% of your taxes go to what of your pay go to taxes. But at the 90s, when you lose your job, they pay you 90% of your pay for 6 months. If you don't find a job, they cut it down to 75%. If you still can't find a job after 6 months, they cut it down to 50% and it stays that way until you find a job. But they can't continue to do that with all these people coming and don't want to work. And because what you consider plenty of money over there is small money in this place.
Oh, yes.
When people come from Africa and see that kind of money, they take advantage and they feel that they shouldn't work. And that's the problem. And that's why all this thing is coming about.
So that means, Mr. Mamlo, quickly before we tell you, so that means that the immigrants, they are abusing the opportunities. Is that what you are saying?
It's not only immigrants. The immigrant compared to the nationals,
Yep,
is a very small percentage. In America here, the white people are more on that welfare thing than the black people. And much more to talk about the immigrants. But they always, call the immigrant name because they come from outside. But there are more white people on it, and Chinese people, African people, or black people. And statistics prove that. So it's not about, it's just that people mindset. If people see free money, some people got millions and they stay on that thing.
All right.
Because they feel that they can take advantage of free money.
Okay. Thank you, Ali, for even thank you so much. We hope that one of these days you'll come on the show. Let me get to this caller. Good evening. Hello? Hello? All right. Keep your calls coming. 0770203125. That's the number to call this evening. What's your own take on the issue being discussed? Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, people, and the rest of the panelists. Jason MJ Kelly. Do join you this evening from my Police Academy resident.
Okay, go ahead.
Last caller wanted me to just call, and sometimes you don't know, you don't have no idea how governance work. You pull a statement that sometimes will tackle you, and the way he sounded, I presume that he's not a new man. So we should know how governance is wrong. In the first place, the legislature is a first branch of government. Once they sign anything into law, they pass into law, the both houses agree on certain instrument, whether the president likes it or not, that this is done. That's their constitutional power given them by the drafts of the Constitution. So whether the president agrees or not, if the president signs that document within 90 days, that document, that law has automatically become a law. That is law. So the president has no power and law on that. The president can veto. That's why it's given by the president. But once the book are passed into law, and when the president signs out now, I believe that's the law. When it comes to the welfare stuff that you guys are discussing, I think I'm with Donald Trump on this one. Most of the Donald Trump engagement and law or veto, I'm really against it. But for this one here, I 100% in support of it. Most of our friends in America, our brothers in America, they are able now to come down because of their welfare stuff. They have made themselves lazy. They're just creating embarrassment to everyone else. Because once it is said that they're Liberian, you will have that negative image, and that
indeed.
will be reflected on the Liberia as a whole. So I really appreciate that. Nigerians are in America are doing well, very well. Ghanaians are there doing very well, highly educated, earning good money, employing people. Why is it that we, that the oldest country that is considered to be the closest tie to America in terms of the language and all of that? Yes, we have millions of our citizens in America that are not able to come back because of their welfare and stuff, because of laziness. So I applaud the president for this, and I believe he'll go further on this. If anyone are able to pay
the work and earn decent living for themselves. Now you they put them. It is good for them to be in Africa. I didn't know the taste of suffering here.
All right, thank you so much. To this caller, good evening. Then we'll go to the WhatsApp line to take more calls. Hello. Yes, my brother, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, I'm calling from Ghana. My name is Say I always follow you, but I was able to get a number today.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, I always follow you. Look, I was in our country from 1990, came back home 2016. And when Bill Clinton cut down that welfare issue, it was trouble for many people. Many people. And when my children joined me, 1993, I went and applied for food stamps. I was working already. When my wife started working, the people with me said, well, your income is okay now. And they cut it off. They cut it off. I said, well, it's better to cut it off. But then I had one lady in my apartment complex. She was getting a lot of food stamps. So I said, okay, food stamps, we'll get it. So what I do, I will lay down what we want, and then she will go and buy it. It's like $100, $200, what for 10. She can't give her $100 or $150.
Yeah, and what someone said sometimes if it's 500, you can get it for 200 for it.
Yeah. So
wow.
I said, well, I need to go and apply for no food stamp. The food stamp right here. We'll eat it. But you don't buy liquor with it. But they buy food. So this is, when you introduce it in Nigeria, nobody want to work. Nobody go broke. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Because people are working already. Yeah. So the better thing to do here, the introduce it here, it will be tough for the government to control it. Because people will sit at home. And say, well, the government gives me money every month. The government provides jobs for the people here. It's very tough here. And it's getting tough now over here. Yeah, my children are over there. So now I call there, the bureau.
Yeah. And I imagine to you were there before, so you understand.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Chief. Thank you so much. So just save that number anytime we on so that you can call in, okay?
Yeah, I'm going to save it.
Okay.
Well, I
all right. Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it. Let me see quickly. Let me get to brother AB quickly. Then we move on to the team quickly. Yes. My brother AB, go ahead, Chief. You live. You'll be our last caller. Then we'll move on for the day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, my brother. Go ahead, my brother.
Two things real quick. I know the conservative welfare approach the growth life. So that you guys are talking on the but the welfare system, there's a policy that full size university. Got to do all their stuff correct. It's very bad. Welfare is intended for a clean circumstance. Like back during the Obama era where the economy was not, and people lost their jobs, some people were closing down left and right. Those kind of things you say about it. Social benefits and even their own earnings, the money they made before, they go on employment, so and so forth. But the bigger way of that is very bad. But mind you, it's because that for different parts of the world, they know if you give out an order of welfare situation in this country, even know that people are allowed to fight in the streets. That 47% of Puerto Rican households stand for welfare. Go to New Mexico, go to West Virginia, it's predominantly white state. Predominantly. So West Virginia got 8% of people that live on welfare. So when you can't put the NOS against their country. But our people, they are only jealous. They are trying to only like the good use of society. Able to put those phonics off and other things so like the family can do it. They want to be at the front of that particular field, but it's not that many black people or African or American.
All right. Thank you, brother. AB, the line is very, very getting hot because say you moved through
the topic, a hot topic.
All of you who are calling in, this issue, it is indeed interesting. And
a hot topic.
Want to tell it. I don't know how you're going to see it, but it makes sense around the world because we got, there's no food for less man. But some of our allegedly though, some of our people after serving government, when they run on us, they go on food. Well, they're going to interesting, man. We're gonna go with Libby. We're gonna mock. I think I'm waiting for the call of says you much. Okay, I think you're calling already. So let me get on quickly. I leave for 1 minute. Yeah, go ahead. Good evening. Hello.
How you doing?
Yes, we fine. Thank God for life. And you?
I'm good. Are you on air or you on them?
Yes, we are still on air. Go ahead, Mama. We'll give you 1 minute at least so that you can also chip in too.
All right, I'm talking about the welfare business. See the welfare business here. I started here our own welfare when I broke my foot. I called a welfare office and I wanted medical because I didn't have enough medical at that time. I just started working. So the people, they asked me, they said, okay, you want medical? Do you want welfare? Do you want food stamps? I said, well, yes, if I'm qualified for it, then it's $450 food stamp. Wow. And they will pay my medical. They'll pay $105,000 for my surgery. And they told me when you get settlement, they'll cost you sure that when you get settlement, we'll get our money back. Then because you don't have insurance, then that means that when you get in the lottery winning in Minnesota, we'll take our money from you. I said, yes. So long story short, I did 11 months of therapy. After the therapy, I went back to work. As soon as I got back to work, I picked up the phone and I called the welfare officer and I was back to work. I didn't want to work there anymore. I didn't want the medical and I didn't want to do them. You have to do that so you cannot be into fraud.
Yes.
Welfare is not a bad thing. It's something to put you on the feet when you can't do it. And the majority of the people that own welfare in the public are white people. The Donald Trump voters, it's on the record, the statistics. It's not hearsay. Immigrants that are talking about they are being used as a scapegoat because they are not doing the fraud. But it gotta just be a few percentage of them. The 60% is higher than 100. And if you go into 60% from 100, it's 40%. And the rest are split among people that are young people that come in there working and someone that will be on welfare.
Okay.
He's like scapegoating the immigrants, like the way he's scapegoating immigrants for everything. The man is a racist. So let me continue. This is for 4 years.
All right, Mama. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you. The system for me, I love it. It's good because sometimes some of our brothers, especially from the traffic, the motorcyclists, sometimes when they have this kind of accident, nobody to take them to the hospital because people are afraid because by the time you enter more, the first thing people start asking for money. All of the hospitals around, they will ask you for money. And who will want to take somebody to the hospital without money? So I think these things are necessary. For Africa, I don't think we'll even dream about that anytime soon. But go ahead, Mom, we got to go. We have about 2 more minutes, and you can use that. We'll go quickly.
I don't think we'll have that much time. It was a great show. It was a very sensitive topic. Like I said, it's a system issue. One thing our people are telling, I came from Liberia. I will always be a Liberian. That's why even if you get naturalization or you get a passport, they put your country of origin in it. They got some people who were born in this country. Their passport, they put it American. Your passport does not have American. They say you came from Liberia or Ghana or Africa. We don't have equal rights in as much as they want you to believe that we have equal rights. That's a lie. The people who built this foundation of this country, they will always be giving a leverage over you. You are the one that came from another country. You have to adjust to them. They don't adjust to you. That's what they call assimilation and immigration. The thing here is, the reality is the system. When you look at the numbers, like I said, the social program is 100 million now. The people that receive food stamp is 41 million. Social Security take the most. 71 million Americans are on Social Security. So it brings the total amount of people on the social welfare program to 100 plus million. It means 1 in every 3 Americans receive some kind of a social welfare program. The reason we came here is different from the people that we met here. So when there is a problem, that how it happens everywhere. They will crack down on people who come from outside. Let's assume if armed robbery are happening in Liberia and Nigerians were in Liberia part of the armed robbery, who do you think they're going to go after first? Mabel?
Yes, Mark?
Uh-huh. If you have a robbery or selling drug issue in Liberia, and you got a huge population from another country residing in Liberia, who do you think they're going to target first?
The foreigners.
Oh, and why? Because the people in the country have certain leverage. So I let them, my sister, I know you want to play politics. We're talking about system here. Let me tell you, my sister, that how it is, it work all over the world. Because immigrants were brought purposely here to work. That's the reason you came here. So the idea that we are all the same and somebody is scapegoating, the numbers are there. White people make up 65% of America. The average white population that on food stamp is 44. Next to them is Hispanic. Hispanic make up 17% of America, and their food stamp recipient is 24. African American only make up 12% of America. Do you know the percentage of food stamp? So it means the least people that receive food stamp in America, they are Asian. 3% of Asians receive food stamp. It means by race, Black people receive 2 times more food stamp than any other race in America. That's the statistical fact. And it's not about targeting a particular group of people that just how the system work. You often get from France. They will go after immigrants. That's just how it is all over the world. But anyway, we don't have much time to go for that.
Indeed, so thank you. On tomorrow, again, Mark, we're chipping on that. But any quickly before we go, anything?
Yes, that's just it. And today, my first start to agree with Caroline Yimpa on the show. She said most of the time, those welfare people are the ones who discredit everything back home. And that's the fight. Because they sitting here, they own welfare, they be here, they be running that money, they get nothing to do with. That's why at the end of the day, they can run Liberia to go make 5, 10, 15, 20,000. And after 6 years again, they can't say that they continue on the same thing. That's why they do. But it was a good show. But Liberians, please, you shouldn't say we in America, we working, we just say that. We working.
You got to pay for it. That's why I don't let free idea mentality.
The issue about welfare, people working, but they don't want to do more work. So they want to always be on food stamp, they want to be on Section A, they want to be on Medicare. When you call them, please help me with file. And that you say, oh, this and that. Oh. But it is what it is. It was a good show. See you guys tomorrow. God bless America. God bless everyone.
Well, thank you so much, Mark, and we'll see you on tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise of them. The work of my life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Play body so make you I can't Sktv benyo. Say my journey, tina get I say my jamo. And you no money, emu aye yo. And you love emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
And I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do boy ya to money, and I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do boy ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you wanna call my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. The flesh that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandpa's and Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Maggie B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.